Camera look blurry. Mini delay on start time. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. To everybody that's going to replay the show today as well. Music is played for like the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the show today. 5 to 10 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the show today. 2 Turn, what's good, bro? I've been on Young Boy since the gym today, so I'm rocking with Young Boy for here. Every time that I roll, trying to bust a nigga head if he try me. Someone on me just to hold me. But I'm trying, I'm really tired of spending that. I'm tired of thinking, I'm trying to see what's up. My son approached me, I'm a shout out. Shit, I beat that nigga, now you block out. Ride with the killers with them Dracos, like the cops out. Stand for them hoes, we go hit, make sure they get down, but you know how we get down. I'm with that shit, been doing shit since I was 20 pounds. I'm a gangster, make me mad, and I'm turn down. My mom said if I won't have, I need to slow it down. I told my mama, motherfucking, I'm down. All them niggas play, but I ain't no surrender. I know I ain't about it, I ain't the day with them signs from behind. They shit on 3 pounds and up and quit how the shit's found. Right now, I need a good love, and I've been looking for a bright anyway in this world. I'm looking for. I had to tell my son on BYU inside the sub. I'm from that hope, and I remember that's just how I was. She could make no shake, and I love it. I'm the day, get the good for some shit. I got over a nigga come shit. Ain't no stopping bottom the top, but we got some wrong shit. If I'm rich, I'll sell what that bag is. I was finding I need some water land. I took a loss, but now I'm looking what a chance is. But I'm a boss, you need to go, but I can handle it. I wish I was someone, it ain't nobody. But I've been throwing on that pole every time that I roll, trying to bust a nigga head if you try me. I mean, just the whole thing. I'm tired of thinking, I'm trying to see what's up. For my baby mom, I don't want to be a problem. You feel it ain't that for my son, then I got him. But you shouldn't have to tell me I need to put down this file. I pray to God that I ain't taking out my power. Free this nigga out of this city, he's a second chance. And I can probably show him how to be a real man. He went to jail behind that man, I ain't know his plan. But no more, he won't be a dummy, I'ma throw him back. Hold up, I need to thank my grandpa. He showed me how to fix some cars. I don't judge a nigga, since I moved from Woodham, it been hard slide. From these streets, I ain't getting but pain and some shit time. I wish I was somewhere where it ain't nobody. Good morning to everybody coming in. Josh, good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. But I was trying and I'm really tired of saying that. I'm tired of thinking now I'm trying to see where the love at. Fresh about the single that begged it. I was slamming, I need some water. I took a knock and now I'm looking what a chance at. But I'm about to need some help, but I can't get it. Once a nigga in this shit, and then I put it back. I'm thinking up for say the way I'm in that state of mind. Some of my shit, so I'm like, yeah. Come from thinking, but I'm rocking on that thing. But chick, I wanna click, I wanna ring. Put a chance on my money, so it's in. Why you said I'm sure like because I'm tight. And I'm tell that nigga, I say, fuck a bitch, you bitch. Be the time, $100, tell that nigga, he ain't never been. Keep me out the way, 45 on either way.
All right, I'm gonna let one more song go. Yeah, that's it for the music. Already, thank you.
Put me on attention, you did it. No, I watch up on that phone, I be fitting. No bell, they put me on walking the video, still like
Appreciate it. Greatly appreciated to the folks that made it here already. Welcome back to another daily Fact and Stat show. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until no real set end time. Some shows have the need to be an hour. Some shows have the need to be 2 hours. Some shows have the need to be 3, 4, 5. Yesterday we was talking sports for 6 hours. We went from like 11 to 5 yesterday. It be days like that. You know, yesterday was literally 11 to 5. 2.5 hours on YouTube, the other on playback. So yeah, I really don't be predicting how long it'll be or whatever the case may be. I'm just thankful. I'm blessed. They say present or invite. They adding some new stuff. I ain't gonna lie. They adding some new stuff on StreamYard. They're making some upgrades. But here nor there. Welcome to the best show in the world. If you are in here, I need you guys to do me a solid first and foremost. The same way you go to somebody's house and you either take your shoes off or question if you have to take your shoes off. You should come in here and not even have to question if you should thumbs up. I would love for you all to thumbs up the video when you do enter. On top of dropping the Fact and Stats logo for the ones that's members. It really means a lot when y'all come in here and just drop the logo, to be honest. Like, that means a lot. Well, thank y'all for that. Make sure y'all like this live. Also, make sure y'all comment throughout the show. If you have any questions for me, feel free to comment. You can do a regular comment. You can do it with a super chat. I'll be greatly appreciative of that as well. Also, make sure y'all share this live show out with one person today, whether it's a group chat on Twitter, a group chat on Instagram, a group chat on your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, or you just sharing it out with whoever, family, friends, significant other, whoever the case may be. Let them know what Fact and Stats is all about. A daily sports show that gives anybody the opportunity and platform to speak their mind in regards to whatever the topic is. Last but not least, make sure you all subscribe to Fact and Stats if you're not subscribed already. I will be promoting that numerous times throughout the show. I didn't respond to that because, wait, my bad. I'm reading a message. My bad. What was that? I'll be promoting you guys to subscribe to the platform throughout the show. All right, what's good? Jordan Woods, what's good? Appreciate both of you all for pulling up. Speaking of memberships and things of that nature, I would love for everybody to become a member that's not members. As I look to my right, all I see is members. So that's a blessing, honestly. How can you become a member? The link is on the description on this video. There's 3 different levels you can join as. Have the ability to see videos early, have the ability to send emotes into the chat, get discounts on merchandise, things of that nature. Check it out, see what level you'll want to join as, and I'll be greatly appreciative. I'm at 50 plus members, so road to 60 or 75 or something like that. Eventually, we'll have 100 members. I believe that. I know that. And, I'm going to keep promoting that and keep hoping that people are willing to extend their support for the platform. Also, you can send super chats and super stickers at any time throughout any show, not just today. Novi, good morning. Not just today, at any time throughout any show, whether it's an amount of $3, $5, $15, all extended support is appreciated. As you see at the end, all extended support. OJB was good. All extended support is appreciated. Do not want you guys to ever forget that. Next, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, as you all know, majority of you all know, is at Fact and Stats _ on Twitter. I make live tweets, not live tweets. I'm sorry. I make tweets about where the show is going to be held every single day. It is important to make sure you all follow on the Twitter page because sometimes it's just straight YouTube playback first. Sometimes it's just straight playback first. So that's why it's important. Also, I post clips from podcast episodes and clips from the show that's worth posting or get the time to edit to post as well. Next, one of the main things in regards to facts and stats relations is the fact and stats playback room. What is playback? Playback is a platform we watch live NBA games at every single night. It's an app you can download that costs $0. You can download the app, sign up, and join the room. How can you join the room? The link in the description on this video as well. It says live nightly watch parties because that's what we do. We watch live nightly NBA games every single night in there. Now at 1,728 members. That's good. That's a blessing. And I go to add event. Monaco player 2. I ain't gonna lie, I like watching Monaco play basketball. Let me schedule that real quick. So the first game we're gonna be watching today, I guess, is the Spurs and Pistons. After the Spurs and Pistons, we're gonna work our way to, obviously, this is probably the one. This is gonna be amazing. Me being a Heat fan, this is gonna be amazing. Jimmy is returning to the Miami. Expected to get a tribute video. Curious to see how the crowd is gonna react to Jimmy though. Whether they boo, whether they cheer. We'll see. The Kings lost 8 out of the last 11 games. We're going to dive into the Kings and NBA Western Conference playoff / play-in roundup at the moment. They now got OKC tonight. That does not make it any better for them. So yeah, that's gonna be the last game we're watching. And this is a TNT doubleheader. So make sure you all sign up, join the Fact and Stats playback room. I'll make it easier for you all. I'm gonna drop that link in the chat. Gotta start doing recaps for TikTok. Lawrence, good morning. Sabonis is dirty player. I'm not reading the rest of that. God bless, John. God bless. I'm not reading the rest of that. God bless. Did I get everything? Milo, hey, come here. Come here, Milo. He think he's so slick, Mo. Come here right now. And get right back in here. Right back in here and don't move. Over here. Over here. Over here. No, over here. Come right here. Come right here. Yeah, he lucky I'm live right now, boy. I'm telling you. Come here. Come here. Come right here. All right. Fact and Stats Gambling Discord. For anybody that gamble, feel free to join the Fact and Stats Gambling Discord. Whether you want to join and share your plays or whether you want to join and just tell people. How can you join the fact? Hey, no. How can you join the Fact and Stats Gambling Discord? That link should be on this page. If it does not work, I can drop it in the chat for anybody. If it does not work, I can drop it in the chat for anybody. We're going to go ahead and start it off with the Who Sold Your Parlay segment really quickly. Anybody in here gambled last night? It was 1 off, 2 off, or whatever the case may be. I said I was going to gamble last night. I said I was going to go Lakers money line and like KD 20, Luka points or something like that. I ain't get to get it in. Good thing I didn't get it in, though. I ain't gonna lie. I leave the bar. Pick up my phone. I joined playback late. I pick up my phone. I'm checking scores around the league. I'm like, what? The Lakers lost. And I think it was a double-digit game. I think they lost by double digits, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta look at that box score. We're gonna get into that in a second. No funny. Man, sweet. 1 second, y'all. I'm editing something. We're gonna get into that in a second. But that would have been something that I would have lost. But I mean, it was nothing but God. If I'm gonna make you busy so you cannot place this parlay so you don't lose money. Nothing but God. I probably would have lost $100 last night to be realistic with you. YouTube sucks. Can't send links like we do on playback. I disagree. YouTube don't suck, man. Thank you, though. Luka did not register a single rebound in second and third quarter and hooked me. Put up that box score now while we at it. What did you have Luka for? Line was 7.5. He got 7, had 3 at the end of the first. Ooh, I only got to put up the box score now. Ooh. I ain't gonna lie. If you take Luka for 7, 8 rebounds and he get 3 in the first quarter, you just know you good. Like, you ain't even worried about that no more. You just know you good. He didn't get a rebound in the second or third quarter and had 4 in the fourth quarter, you basically saying. Shit like that would have threw me off. Shit like that would have threw me off. He said blame Byron for the loss. Shit like that would have threw me off. That's terrible. I got a question, bro. You know we're starting off with college basketball today. I got a question for y'all, and this is a genuine question. And by the way, Fact and Stats is a daily sports show with the slogan "Speak Your Mind." So if anybody wants to come to the stage, feel free to come to the stage. It's the pinned message in the YouTube comments. But I do got a question. Ooh, we got mail. 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 We got a DM from Ari. We got a DM from Q Sims, and we got a DM from somebody named Everett Jr. We got mail. We got mail. Let me click this one first. So this is my question. This is my question, bro. I wake up today and I see this. The transfer portal opened on Monday, by the way. Literally yesterday. Over 700 players have entered the portal since it opened on Monday. I need y'all genuine thoughts on this situation, and I will start with mine. I knew Ari was going to say that. I will start with mine. It's fucking ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. This is going to continue. Ted was good. It's going to continue to be ridiculous. Am I a fan of it? No. Like I truly feel like it is one credit to all players getting paid, making their money the right way now. I like it. I'm a fan of it. Always was a fan of it. I was always pro players should get paid, by the way. This is going to be something that it's going to be genuinely ridiculous because a lot of these players are going to be money hunting, especially guys that don't even have no realistic chance to make the NBA, right? They're going to be money hunting to maximize their value at the collegiate level. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They're going to be money hunting. I don't think teams are going to be properly structured. I think this alters how you recruit. I think this is not that much of a good thing for non-5-star athletes in college and high school basketball. They're not going to be prioritized. The 3-star, 4 stars, that local kid that's really damn good, they're not really going to be prioritized. It's going to be your 5-star prioritized in the transfer portal. That's one bad thing about it. I get it, but I don't like it. And I think that's just the simplest thing for me to answer it. Like, I get it, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. OJB, to answer your question, is this bad? I think this is bad. And this is just a start. You mean to tell me all these colleges around the world and we have 700 players enter the portal in 24 hours? That's insane. So I'm not a fan of it. I slightly understand it, but I think it has this I think it has more cons than pros, in my opinion. And I'll just leave it at that. But let me know some of y'all thoughts in the chat. I see Jordan Woods up here. Jordan, what's your thoughts on the whole over 700 players in the portal in literally 24 hours?
I mean, good morning. As a fan of college basketball, I don't like it, but it's the real world. It's not for me to like or don't like. Something could be bad for the game, but I mean, this is how it kind of should have been for however long. So it's just we're gonna have to adjust how we view and take interest in the game as fans compared to what we used to, because this is the real world, bro. So it's not for I don't think what we like and don't like should be the priority in this scenario. It's just, as fans, an unfortunate, I guess you could say, consequence from that perspective. But, this is how it's got to be.
Respect that. I respect that. Before I ask Tez, do we think there's ever going to be a Cinderella again? Everyone good at these small schools just transfer after a good year to a big school. There'll be a Cinderella again. My response to that. They choose to go. I think you meant they choose, but you said they chose. Okay, so they chose to go in there. Yeah, they should go to college for school, not basketball. The fuck?
Who's to say that? Who's to say that?
What the fuck? Okay, whatever that means, John. They should go to college or school and not basketball. Okay, whatever. I mean, players have to know what they're doing to ensure a new home. Okay. Ted, you got any thoughts on the these all 700 players in the portal? You got any pro? You got the you. What do you think are the pros and what do you think are the cons, or just what's your thoughts in general?
You can hear me.
Yeah.
I think you pretty much said what I was gonna say, bro. Is the pros is you money hunting, so you're gonna get your money. You know, you're gonna get to the bit school you always dreamed to go to. And I think it's just that simple. The cons is also what you said. I don't even think it's just 3 stars, bro. I think low end 4 stars are hurting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think three stars are hurting for sure. And just high school players in general. That's what hurt the most. Cause if you a big time player, well, I ain't gonna say big time player, but if you was one of the best players at these low major, mid major programs, you kind of gonna get first dibs on the high major programs off rip. You know, if you were the best player on the team, but if you got maybe 2, 3, 4 other players who also enter the portal probably from your team, you may get you may get picked or talked to the last or the least, and prolonging your recruitment with 700 people in the portal, that's just not a good thing, bro. Like it's only gonna get harder by the day. Like if you not getting hit up in them first couple hours or the first day, first 2 days, bro, it might look real slow for you, bro. Real slow for you. And college players, to me, get first dibs regardless because they older, more experience. Um, yeah, more experience in general. But I feel bad for high school players, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel so bad, bro, because it's hurting them the most if
Mm-hmm.
you really think about it. So
Yeah.
that's really all I gotta say on it for real. And it's only gonna get worse. Like
Yeah.
it's only gonna get. This is not about the, like you said. It's more cons to it because this the second, third year that the NIL became legal, and the first year that it happened, it was crazy. Now it's, bruh, they've been entering the portal since last week, but you can't officially put your name in until yesterday.
Yeah.
And the
Hookers, I
fact,
mean,
huh?
I don't know what Jordan said. I think that was an accident, probably.
Oh, yeah. Damn, what I was saying. Oh, yeah. People been putting their names in the portal since last week, but like you said, you couldn't officially like submit your name until yesterday. And the fact that in down there 24 hours, over 24 hours, you already got 700 people, bruh. And that's just the first day. Imagine what the number gonna be after the day. You might see 1,000 people in there, bruh. And now these high school kids, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like the D2 route is there, the JUCO route is there. You know, like it's only gonna get worse. That's all I gotta say. And like I told you, bruh, this shit free agency, bruh.
Yeah.
It's a number of free agency. It's money hunting. That's all it is, money hunting, or trying to get to a bigger program. That's all I gotta say on it.
Yep. I respect everything you just said, gang. Celtics losing Tatum is a huge loss for them. He might not even play in the playoffs. You are the king of jazz and shit. Like you tween level, but you not tween. Like you could have just said Celtics losing Tatum for this next week and a half is a big for them. But you don't got to say huge loss. Why is it a huge loss? They are the Boston Celtics. They are the top 2 team in the Eastern Conference. They probably have 50 plus wins. If they don't, they're going to get 50 plus wins regardless. Yeah, they already at 53. They're 53 and 19. They said he walked off fine. They're going to be a 56, 57, 58, 59, maybe even 60 win team this year. I don't think it's that big of a deal, man. JB just was out for the past week. Tatum, take your week and a half, whatever the case, whatever you need to do. Make that ankle be 100%, and he'll be fine on this. I don't know. I don't know what your sources is. Okay, so you just said you thought it was the same type of injury that Zaza did to Kawhi. All ankle turns aren't the same. Can it happen the same? But all ankle turns are not the same. I'll just address that. And always feel free to anytime y'all putting anything into the chat, whether it's a question or a statement, I'm now going to respond damn near to everything. I feel like it helps prolong a little bit and it helps me continue to be comfortable when it comes to talking amongst myself. Because not every day people are going to be coming on the stage. Sometimes people are busy, sometimes people have things to do. And I enjoy just talking, to be honest. So I wanted to start it off with that over 700 players in the portal. I had sent that to Tez.
Oh, one more thing on that.
Yeah, you good.
The only thing I will say, I know I was saying, like, you know, it is what it is. They do got to kind of rein in the announcement of it, because I can't remember which player it was, but that whatever Michigan player that was, and they announced he gonna be in the portal like while they're still in the tournament. That's kind of wild. Like, while the team is still playing, they got players that's entering the portal. They got to figure out a way to. I don't know if it's the schedule of everything, and so that doesn't happen, but they got to find a way to rein it in, because that is crazy.
You talking about Scottie Pippen's son?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah, that shit was wild. I'm like, damn, y'all going on a Sweet 16 run. You talk about entering the fucking portal. I mean, I get why, but damn.
Yeah. I agree. Wait, what was your original statement to that though? Just now, my bad. I didn't hear you clearly all the way. What was your original statement to that just now though?
Who, me?
Yeah, in regards
Oh,
to
I was
that.
saying they got to find a way to like rein that in. Like, they got to find a way to. I don't know if it's rescheduling things, or I don't know what they can do with that, but that shouldn't be a thing. Like, while the tournament's going on.
Yeah, I agree. But
You
yeah,
know another interesting point about that, Jordan.
Yeah, what's up?
I wonder if he traveled. Is he
That's
with?
true.
Is he
Yeah,
physically like? Is he with the team?
that's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm looking into that. That's a good question.
Like, did he just announce that there? Like, that's crazy, bro.
Like, damn, we just vibe for. Can you vibe for another 2 weeks or some shit? Like, damn, or just like, I don't know. That's really on the NCAA, because if you gonna transfer, you got to put your name in there. So it's whatever. But that's a good question though.
yeah. I seen that yesterday, and I was like, what the hell, you know? But hey, I get why, but damn, it's like they gotta fix that. Like, I don't think like even Coach Cal said that like we got practice on Monday and the damn portal open on Monday. So they
Right.
got to try to see who's available, try to talk to some players, get ahead of the curve, but then also still focus on trying to advance to the Elite Eight.
And it's not the same thing, but Will Wade, while he was damn near like shit was wild that he was doing, like while he was on the run with Nice, but
Yep.
yeah, that shit. I don't know.
Yep. There's 32 people in here. This video has 14 likes at the moment. If you are in here, can y'all hit that thumbs up button to help the algorithm out for the people that's randomly surfing on YouTube, looking for sports content, looking for sports shows, looking for sports podcasts, etc. My favorite color is red. Red been my favorite color all my life. All my life. That's been my favorite color all my life. We got mail. This is one of the DMs that I received this morning from X person. Don't want to say names anymore. Your March Madness points leaders through the first weekend of action. Shout out to John. He is a bucket. He was a bucket at Wisconsin this past season. He led with 52 points through 2 games. Pharrell Payne also had 51 points through 2 games for A&M. Both of these teams are home, unfortunately. I spoke to how Chad's been playing really good basketball for Tennessee as a league from a scoring perspective. He has 49 points through 2 games. Hopefully, Kentucky can slow him down. I would assume this is Otego Owe matchup with Lamont taking Zakai. Walter Clayton gifted scored 20 balls in back-to-back games and 64 and 32 for Florida. He has 46 points. LJ Cryer out of Houston's at 45. Tyrese Proctor's at 44. If he continues, that's only boosting up his stock. I don't know this guy, Trey Kaufman, Rain. I don't know him out of Purdue. Curtis Jones, him and Curtis Jones tied at 43. And then Bennett Sturts, I don't know him either. Is this Drake?
That's the point guard, white boy.
Okay. And he's got 42 through 2 games. And then Jackson Shellstad, I don't know, they just went home the other day, but he also had 42 points through 2 games. So that's some March Madness points leaders. Okay, okay? He played in like 20 plus games. He's probably looking for a new role, I guess. What else I wanted to bring up today in regards to college basketball? Oh, a question for the stage, and also a question for the chat. And I'm just curious, we have all 4 number 1 seeds here in the Sweet 16. Kudos to them. They all been really damn good all year, if you ask me. The weakest one being Houston. But I remember Jordan Woods said probably like 3 weeks ago, Houston's probably gonna be that last number 1 seed. And they were. So the question, so Houston, Auburn, Duke, and Florida, they're all left into the Sweet 16 And my last question to you all before we get into some Sweet 16 predictions is which non-number one seed do we believe that can make a push as far as the Final Four and or maybe national championship? Let me pull up the bracket for you all.
We need it, bro.
Yeah, that's where we at. Wait, that's not even the whole thing, but y'all get it. What's your answer though? What's non-number one seed you think can make a push? Yeah, on both sides is cool. Both sides is cool. Also, praise up to Juju, man. Real quick,
Oh,
real
absolutely.
quick, yeah. Super duper.
Facts.
You,
Good shout. Good
yeah,
facts.
you
Facts.
just hate what hate is a strong word. You truly dislike things like that, man. Like you truly dislike things like that. Super duper unfortunate, man, because she got banged up in the previous game, and
Her
then
ankles.
she tears the ACL the next game. Like that's insane, man. And you just don't like the ACL injury because it keeps you out for so long, anywhere between 6 to 9 months or something like that. So, man, speedy recovery, Juju.
And they for her to do that the game before and then the next game tear ACL. I hope they didn't. I'm just speculating. But I think they overlooked that. I think them trainers and whoever took her to the back for the ankle injury, checked her out or whatever. I think they overlooked that, bro. Cause I never seen that before. I never seen an ankle turn one game and then the following damn day you tear your ACL. Like I don't know if it was more to that and they just overlooked it or it just happened like that. I don't know, but I've never seen that before. So I hope when she turns her ankle, they didn't overlook it and it was actually something actually wrong with her.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Good point. So I seen some people saying that on Twitter as well, and they also said like even when she hurt her ankle, she came back into the game and was limping and she was banged up clearly. And she played a lot of minutes. So I don't know, man. I don't want to get into the speculation things of that nature, but yeah, that hurt her ankle one day, come back to your ACL the next game. That's tough. Low, you just pulled a nush. She's gonna miss her first WNBA season too. No, she's not. She's a sophomore. Still has to play another year at college. So slow your roll, buddy. She's not missing the first WNBA season unless you think ACL injuries take 2 years. I don't know, but I think you're jumping the gun. Chill out, gang. Stop putting that back. Jordan Wood answer though. I'm gonna circle back to college basketball, men's side. Jordan Wood's answer is Kentucky. Kentucky is down here in the Midwest, and you're saying that a push as far as the Final Four.
Yeah. I just like the way y'all look. I think y'all well balanced. Y'all got the shooting, the guard play, the defense. And you got I know it's a new team together, but just overall experience. And I'm looking at the teams who are left. Like, I don't believe in Purdue like that. I think y'all beat Tennessee. Bama. Bama will probably be the next answer after that, but they're 2 seed. Michigan State, I think y'all can compete well with them. I know you're opposite sides, I believe. But just looking at the teams that are left, yeah, outside of the 1 seeds, and also me thinking all the 1 seeds are really going to win their next matchup, it's really y'all or Bama. Like I don't really see, to me, anybody else who I personally think has that upside because of the experience, the defense, the shooting, and the guard play. So yeah, it's Kentucky. I got y'all going to the Elite Eight already, but
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like the answer for Kentucky. If I had to say a different team that's not Kentucky, then Lawrence said he'll go Texas Tech. If I had to say a different team that's not Kentucky,
Don't steal my team, bro. Please don't steal my team because I feel like I know where you're going, and that's exactly where I'm going to.
you probably go on the other team. Then I'm gonna just this is not easy, but if they get past they're going to the Final Four. My answer is Maryland. If Maryland beats Florida, they're going to the Final Four. Like I'm not there's no doubt in my mind about that. I think they can beat Tech and I think they can beat Art. Ted's answer is probably Art. But if Maryland gets past Florida, which again, it would not be easy, but I broke down the matchup yesterday. as in regards to the starting fives and how the starting fives are similar, and both teams have 3 guards that they rely on. The main difference is Maryland best player is just big man or even big men, with Reese and Queen down low. So if Maryland can get past Florida, I think they beat Tech and Art. So I think they'll make that Final Four push. So that's my non-number 1 seed that can potentially make a push to the Final Four and or championship. Not really too much on the championship part, Ted, but you can speak to it as well. I got another Arkansas in the chat from OJB.
Yeah, of course I was going I was gonna go us, but I'm a Kentucky fan, so I'm supposed to feel like that. But yeah, man, you right, bro. I'm going Ark. I'm going Arkansas. I like the way that they playing. I think Cal got them boys fired up, man, and they look like they having fun, bro.
Yeah.
And when you out there having fun like that, bro, it's gonna be real hard to beat
Keep it a
you,
rack,
bro.
gang. Keep it a rack, gang. You know when you feel like no funny. Men and women can relate to this. You know when you feel like you over somebody or you over something, but then you continue to see them again and they happy and you like, damn, I miss them. Do you miss Coach Cal a little bit, gang? Like just a little, like do you miss him a little bit, just an ounce of it, or you just like you know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about Coach Cal, gang? Like just a little bit or what? Like, talk to me. Cause I can't lie, gang. Me and Coach Cal was like this for 15 years. Like, I know what he brought to the program. I know what he brought to basically my life, because he brought the excitement of basketball to me in a way outside of Dwayne Wade. My first favorite player outside of D Wade and LeBron, my first favorite point guard was John Wall. So he brought that. I rocked with Boogie. I rocked with everybody that came through them doors, and I still rock with them now. So it's like, damn, like, but I'm low key happy for him now. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm low key happy for him. I think I'm ready to put some shit to the side and be happy for him, bro. No funny, bro. I don't know, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I think I'm happy for him now. I know I've been saying fuck Coach Cal for the past probably all year, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally ready to say I'm good. Like, we good. Like, what did he do wrong to me or us?
You know, they say when there's a lot of hate, there's love there still, bro. That's what that was. That's why you was hating, bro. That love was still there deep down, man.
I was never hating. I wouldn't say I was hating. I was never
Nah,
hating.
you was hating a little bit, bro. Just a little bit. But I got it though. I understood it.
I ain't gonna lie. Like November, early December, I was definitely hate watching. I ain't gonna lie to you. But look though, look though, bro. Look though. I'm gonna keep it a rack, bro. I'm happy for him, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm happy for him, and it's on some hating shit. I'm mad they got this far, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cause I told niggas in the playback, I couldn't even see 2 wins in 5 years, gang. Like I couldn't even get 2. Like damn, bro. Like, and the fact that he went to another team, and in the first year, because I think they're being Tech. So I'm just gonna jump the gun a little bit. For him to possibly get to the Elite 8, bro, after 5 years of hurt, like that is fucking insane to me, bro. But I miss him a tad bit, but I 15 years, bro. I just hate how he did us, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I hate the way that he went out. I hate that we were willing to give him another chance, and he basically said, "Fuck us, bro." Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's the only part I hate about it. Far as him, he did, he did what he did for it was family, get a new scenery, and I honestly think the Arkansas and Kentucky shit is just less pressure, bro. He's playing with less pressure on his back, far as where he's at in the program that he's coaching. So less pressure, and you just going out there coaching your ass off. Shit like this happens, bruh. So miss him tad bit, not really all the way there, but I'm happy for him though. Like I'm proud of him for sure, bruh. Like you said, he brought college basketball in general, bruh. He brought the happiness to a nigga, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? seeing niggas coming there every year, then seeing niggas, he changed a lot of niggas' lives, bro. Like I fucked with that genuinely, like for over my life. So
Yeah.
I just hate how he did us, bro. Like he basically said, "Fuck y'all." You know what I mean? Y'all wanted to run me out, so y'all got your wish. I'm getting the fuck on. And now he has a chance to go to Elite Eight. So I'm happy for him, bro. But don't get shit twisted, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Jordy. Don't get shit twisted. It's still fuck, dude. Like I'm still there, but I'm proud of him though. I'm proud of him for sure.
Damn,
Yeah.
I respect it.
I'm happy for him. But he did do his dirty. Maybe that's where all that shit stems from. Because like they was willing to do another year or two, whatever the case may be. Although Kentucky fans felt like it was time to part ways, but don't know what we feeling like. Because they be on social media. Don't know what we feel. And then say, okay, it goes set up with the AD and make somebody you're gonna come back for another year or two, whatever the case may be. And then a month or a couple of weeks later, then go spurn us to go to Arkansas. Like it was crazy, bro. So that's where I'm at with it.
That's the other thing too. He went in the conference like that.
Yeah. But shout out Coach Cal.
Like it's free smoke. Like he got smoke with niggas or something. Like, okay, nigga, fuck you.
Man.
Real life. But yeah, now shout out him in Arkansas.
And then the worst part about it, before you
Nah, you good.
go to the next thing, or before whatever. The thing about it too, bro, like we Kentucky fans, right? And former players that came through this program cheering on Arkansas is throwing me, bro. Like
For real.
that is real.
Yeah.
It's only a couple niggas. Like and that's why he my dog. Bam Adebayo. That's why he my dog, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't said nothing about art, but he watching the games, making his videos in his Kentucky gear, bro. And he shouting out Pope. That's what this shit is about, bro. The other guys, bro, like the young niggas, bro, this Arkansas love and barely get Kentucky love. And nigga, I get it's Coach Cal, but nigga, you went to Kentucky, nigga. You didn't go to Arkansas. You just played for this nigga. So that's the shit that's throwing me, bro. Like Pope, and I get it, it's his first year. You know, some people may think it's an outlier of a year, but it ain't enough Pope love for me, bro. Far as a Kentucky side of things, it's still kind of Kentucky, but I'm happy for Cal. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Reed Shepherd shit, that was wild, gang. Like, for real, like it's almost out. I got to the verse where I almost said, fuck him. Like real shit, bro. Fuck him too. Like, nigga.
That's why I fuck with Rob. Gang, Rob put up to the game the other day on Sunday. He was going on a private jet in a full Kentucky sweatsuit.
Facts. I seen it.
Full
Facts.
Kentucky sweatsuit. I fuck with Rob for that. No funny. I fuck with Rob. Yeah, but man, it is what it is. Shout out to Coach Cal. I'm happy for him, but I don't like the way things went. But it was time to move on anyway. So anybody else got it? Let me look at the other non-teams. That's not number one seed. Michigan. Anybody feel the type of way? Well, niggas probably don't got Michigan beating Auburn. Michigan State gonna be a really good game, by the way.
Man, I don't think Michigan got the guard play for real
to make that push.
Yeah,
right. Everything with them is Golden and Wolf, and and I think that can really get.
But
them.
hey though, I'm gonna throw something in there. Hey though, Broome can't have another game like he just had, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say on it, bro. Cause if you get Michigan in a game where it's not super fast pace, and you're playing to their advantage where they can slow the game down and run their shit and work through them two bigs, because Wolf, like Golden is the post player. You know what I mean? That's the paint, all the paint points. Wolf can stretch the court, bro, and like he makes shit happens going from the perimeter going downhill because he can pass, bro. Like kickouts, layups, dunks, cuts. Like, hey, bro, like I don't think they beat Auburn for sure. I don't, but Auburn cannot get in a game where you're playing to Michigan advantage and that's playing slow. I think if you play Michigan in a slow pace game, them two bigs gonna dominate.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who guard them. They gonna dominate, and that's gonna open up Donaldson. That's gonna open. I forgot number 5 name, but I like him
Donaldson,
too. Uh, and then it's the brown skin shooter for them
Burnett
kick out.
probably. I don't,
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them probably
yeah.
Burnett, but yeah, I'm with you.
So
Would
yeah,
you
bro.
off of what Chez is saying, were you gonna? Because I don't want to ask this if you was gonna do this. Like, were you gonna ask a question at some point about like the vulnerability of the 1 seeds?
Vulnerability as far as what?
Like, which one is the most vulnerable type shit?
Yeah, we can do that too. We can. Yeah, that was a good question. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't know if you had already planned to ask it.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, that's cool. It's a good question.
Fuck no, Houston. I think they're gonna fuck up or do.
Tomorrow, as far as this matchup coming into this week.
Yeah, this weekend, the 4 1
Ooh.
seeds that are playing this weekend.
Yeah, I mean it.
It might low key be. I don't see any of them losing. I would say Florida and
Yeah,
Maryland.
it gotta be Florida, Maryland. Yeah, it gotta be Florida because, but Arizona can't fuck with Duke. Like it take a lot to be able to fuck with Duke. And I'm sorry, when I seen this little setup right here, I'm like, damn, can none of these teams fuck with Duke? Like, bro, not one team in this little region can genuinely.
Yeah, up there. Yeah,
nobody can fuck with Duke up here. Like literally nobody. I mean, first game was by, I think that's what
34.
50,
34, yeah.
That's 34.
Oh, 43. Sorry.
Yeah. That's like, okay, so 43. No, that's more than 43. That's 44, I think.
44. Yeah, I'm
44, 23. This is going to be another double digit. This is 9.5 Duke spread.
I already
took it.
Duke spread. I'm taking it. Duke spread.
It was 8.5. Come on, that's free. That's
Duke
free,
spread.
bro.
I promise you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these niggas is going to be on a UConn type run. No, just being real. This is going to be a UConn type run, in my opinion, because if they see Bama or BYU, double digits to me again. Maybe I'm jazzing. Maybe that Bama one is like 7-8, maybe 7-8-9. I think that'd be probably their best opponent, obviously. But then they're gonna come down and see, in my opinion, Houston or Kentucky. And I would be real. I don't know. Let me just, and I'll stop there.
We really gonna be on an op run, bro. Because if we beat Jeremy Roach, he can get the fuck. Caleb Love, he can get the fuck. So now we need that Kentucky matchup. We need that Kentucky matchup.
Be careful what you ask for.
My bad, bro.
Nah, I interesting question, right? And check and answer too. This Duke team versus last year UConn team. Who you got?
Damn.
Don't give me no sucker ass answer either, bruh. I need a real answer, bruh. A real answer, bruh.
Damn.
Do I get which proc I get? Which proc am I getting?
Bruh, stop hating, bruh. Like bruh. Stop the proc shit, bruh.
I'm just asking, bro. Man, that's a good ass game. Man, they got the size to contend with us. That's the thing. And I think if you're gonna beat this team,
bingo.
If you're gonna beat this Duke team, you have to have the size to contend with us, or else you cooked. I still think it's a close matchup. Man, fuck.
I think why I said bingo, and that was your opening statement, and that's exactly what I was gonna say, Jordan. I think Clingan.
Yeah.
I think Clingan matching up with Kaman, I think that's the difference, bro. I think that's because you got fucking Castle, you got Clingan, you got Alex, you got Newton, the scorer Newton, you got Spencer. Oh shit!
That'd be a good ass game.
That'll be some shit, bro. But this Duke team reminds me of that team, though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I would go. I would slightly lean us, but I almost said the opposite like 15 seconds ago, bro. That's how close that matchup is for me.
That's a good question, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Man.
Damn. Damn.
What you
Bro,
got?
that,
Who you
bro,
think,
that
Ed?
you,
Damn.
bro, that
But
you,
only reason why I'm saying UConn, the only reason why I will say UConn, because I think the run and the level of coaching and the
Mhm.
defense and the talent overall, the talent, it's great talent on both sides. But the way they executed their sets and their plays,
Yeah.
it just could not be fucked with. Like it was just a different level of UConn basketball when it came to a play calling / set standpoint last year because the talent was better than this year's team. So it just looked ridiculous, bro. And that's the only reason why I will lean. And again, that'll be, to my opinion, in my opinion, that'll be a close ass game. But I will slightly lean UConn because of how that team performed on an offensive and defensive level when it came to just literally everything. But the biggest thing I want to pinpoint is the play calling. Like it was insane what they were doing. It was so crazy that scouts and analysts on Twitter was making compilation videos of the set and the plays that they were running on offense, bro, and how they were getting multiple different looks off of one play call, multiple different open looks off of one play call. It was crazy. So that's the only reason why I was slightly leaning UConn. Like, damn. But these are probably the two best teams in college basketball that we've seen in the last 10 years. I'll go that far and say that. These are probably that Baylor team was really damn good, but I would pick Duke and UConn over that Baylor team. Other than that, these are probably the two best teams we've seen in college basketball in the last 10 years, for sure.
man, that Baylor team was so fucking
That Baylor
good,
team was
bro.
tough. Yeah, that shit was
Like,
tough, bro.
damn, bro. Like, that's another one. Like,
Yeah.
they had the guard, bro. They was
Yeah, they
cold,
was
bro.
tough. They was tough. And Davion was different. Like Davion was real different. So yeah, that's a good question though, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a good question, gang.
Absolutely.
And I can see why anybody would say any side, to be honest. Like you can really say any side. Hurley will coach circles. You come because of the coach, respect my coach. Klingo Casper can't fuck with Coop. Y'all saying Duke might as well book San Antonio flights and hotels. Do you play more for the school or the coach in college before we get to Sweet 16 predictions? Do you play more for the school or the coach in college?
I think for us, you that's a good who asked
That's a
that?
good question. That's
Jaja.
Jaja. That's a good question.
Yeah, damn, Jaja, good ass question. Damn.
That shit kind of depend, don't it? On the
Yeah,
school.
I don't I think for the Blue Bloods, damn, bro, because you gotta it's hard because Kentucky, we had Cal.
It really depends because, like,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah, I got a call. It's damn, bro. That's a great fucking question,
Look
Jaja.
though, Taz, because this might help you. Like, take. I think how the tradition of whatever program started factors in. Like, for example, MSU before Izzo, they was cool, but MSU is Izzo now. Like that's them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then from that, I think it also depends on, like, I think how the succession of coaches kind of goes also factors into it. I think what made, like, the Duke succession from K to Shire not miss a beat for real and, like, keep that same mystique. Like, it's Duke still. It's nothing dropped off. Like, no mystique, no nothing dropped off. Was that he was almost handpicked by Coach K. So it was almost like you felt like this is an extension of K. And plus he played for him. He won a fucking championship up on there. So I think all that kind of stuff also factors into the question. But that's a good ass question.
So do you think okay, good ass point, because you just helped me out. Do you think the Pope and Shire shit is kind of relatable? Like how Shire went to Duke,
Hmm.
won a chip, got
Yeah.
and Pope went to Kentucky. He
Hmm.
wasn't on the staff like Shire, so of course that's the
Yeah.
difference. But he's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's he's still linked, like he's still
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
linked in a little bit.
Yeah. I
But
think that helped for sure. Oh, go ahead.
so it's hard, bruh. It's hard
It's
because
different
like
though, because y'all also, like, I think he was on the right track too when you said I think for the blue bloods that shit kind of different. Like the
I
blue
have a
bloods are gonna be the blue bloods for the most part. Outside of UCLA is an interesting one to talk about because they kind of fallen out of that mystique now. Like UCLA ain't the same UCLA for real. But for the most part, the blue bloods gonna be the blue bloods. Um, the other schools though, I think it just really depends.
adding on to that, the blue bloods, you go there for the program. A
Mhm.
school like UH, you go there for the coach. Cooper
Mhm.
talked about how much he likes John Shire and how much he likes the way that he is, the type of person that he is, the fact that he thinks he's a dog, all that stuff. But let's not be confused. He chose Duke because it is Duke. John Shire was a plus and is a big plus, which is how you keep it, I guess you could say, concentrated. People go to Kentucky, yes, because they like Mark Pope or they loved John Calipari, but it was Kentucky. You go to non-blue
All right.
bloods.
But all
Oh,
right, I
okay,
gotta let me just stop you right there, right there. And you
okay.
continue. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. But the Kentucky thing though, and I think this is kind of where Jordan and I was going. Kentucky is Kentucky. You know, you can whatever order you want to pick is the biggest Duke. It don't matter. But I think the success of Cal and what he did for players also played a factor in as well. So I think that goes to more of the coach. I like.
Which is why I will say there's exceptions, right? You I think you're right when it comes to Cal specifically, right? Because he was a part of helping to solidify Kentucky as what it is, right? Just like Coach K was a part of helping Duke solidify what it was.
And
Roy
Cal get you to the
Williams,
league too. That's the other.
yeah, Roy Williams, what Hurley's doing now at UConn, even though UConn was always kind of in that vein. So when you have those people that are like they bring it to another level that are catalysts, it is a little bit different because then they become synonymous with the program, right? Coach K was synonymous
Mm,
with Duke. Cal was
mm.
synonymous with Kentucky, right? Roy Williams is synonymous with North Carolina. Danny Hurley is synonymous with UConn now, right?
So
So
do you
it's
think
one
the
of those
UConn thing is different now?
situations. I think it is now.
Okay, okay,
I think it is now. Where I think my point stands, Tez, is with Mark Pope, which is why I wanted to mention him and not necessarily Cal.
okay.
Yes, they believe these students that are gonna this new class of recruits that y'all are gonna get. They believe in Mark Pope. They see what he's doing right now. They're like, oh, what the fuck he doing? But let us not be mistaken. They're going to Kentucky because it's Kentucky. Mark Pope is an
Mm.
addition, and that is the lane and that is the foundation that Cal built. I I say it that way because I look at UH and UH, we've never won a national championship, but we've been a successful basketball program
Say
before.
it again.
This isn't our only time, being in the land of relevance when it comes to college basketball, right? Hell, we produced some champions in the NBA, right? So like we've done that, but they come to UH because they love fucking Kelvin Sampson despite us coming in the Big 12 doing what we're doing, despite the six consecutive Sweet 16 shits and everything, we are not we're not a blue blood. I don't think we ever will be. And so that is where the coach means more. Sampson means more to students coming and recruits wanting to come to um UH than everything else. It is him. It is his system. Just like I think Bruce Pearl means more to Auburn than everything else. Because you want to go play for Bruce Pearl. You want to go play for Nate Oates. You want to go play for forget the fucking dude's name and Purdue. Painter. I think that's the name, Matt Painter. You want to go play for them. That is first. It's an order. And I think for blue blood programs, you understand that regardless if this coach is worth shit or not, I'm at a place that itself, the program itself, demands respect and attention, can elevate me, not this coach. And so I think it depends on where you're going and who you are. But obviously there are outliers with those people who become so synonymous with programs where you can't delineate and different not delineate, differentiate between you can't differentiate between Coach K and Duke. You can't. They are one. So I think what would be interesting though, taking this conversation a little bit further, is seeing if Cal can have that same effect on Arkansas. I think that'll be very interesting. For like a larger argument.
Okay.
I
OG,
ain't
I
gonna lie.
see.
She just did something. I ain't gonna lie. She just did something for sure. I heard everything she said, bro. And it makes sense. It makes so much sense. So are you leaning coach
I
over?
think most players go to coach because there's only a few blue bloods. You go to like you said, you go to Alabama because you fuck with Nate Oates, which is also why you see those schools try and hold on to those coaches so fucking much. I think Duke would hate to lose John Shire, but they were like, we Duke. Just like how y'all were about when Cal left. Well, we fucking Kentucky at the end of the day, so we gonna be all right. You know, I can't say that if I lose Kelvin Sampson. I'm kind of scared. I'm like, fuck. What happens? Do people want to come to my school anymore? So for in the larger to answer the larger question, yes, coach. But there's definitely a subset of schools, a subset of programs that are just different. Where people are going to continue to go. It's what we say about North Carolina all the time. It's why people continue to go North Carolina. Because it's North Carolina.
Yeah.
Not because of fucking Hubert Davis.
What's your thoughts on the OG? I saw you say coach. I know some of y'all be behind a little bit. And
Yeah, I thought I'm right there with Tiz. I think R she just summed it all up. I think that was a perfect summary right there. So I ain't really got to regurgitate a lot of stuff she just said. I think mostly in most cases because there's to her point because there's so few blue bloods. Yeah, I'm going for the coach, right? It's just the nigga that talked me into it. But in cases where it's just a school, like niggas ain't going to Duke because of Shire, and they ain't going to North Carolina because of Hubert Davis. That's a great point. They going because of the schools that have already paved that name, and I'm going because of who the school is, and not because of who the coach is. But I think that's the exception. I think the norm is the coach. The exception is the school.
Norman's a coach except from the school. Well said. Jordan Wood, you dropped, man, but OG had some words for you, man. He said you was picking with your heart when that UConn and Duke shit. All right, what's your answer to that before I move to this Sweet 16 predictions?
What was the question?
UConn last year, Duke this year, who win?
Dude,
Ah, you was quick with that answer.
I don't like white niggas that play basketball, but they got one. Then I fuck with them heavy. And they got a squad. Coop really makes you forget that they also got a squad of just like niggas that are like
I,
really freaking good. I think it'll
I
be close. I think it'll be close. I don't think John Shire gets I don't think he gets out coached. I think Hurley may edge him out a little bit, but I don't think he gets out coached. No. That team's chemistry could be the thing that puts them over, but I think like talent wise, if both teams are playing at like the best of their abilities, like if we're taking it that like if both teams are playing the best that they can, is Duke this year.
Mm,
But it's tough. It's tough because
It
when
is
you
tough though.
when
Yeah.
UConn last year played at the best of their ability, they won every game by 20 plus. Like
Mhm.
you like AFC, you just couldn't fuck with them. Like it was no, but they won every game last year by 20
In the
in a
tournament,
tournament.
right? You talking about in the
Yeah,
tournament?
and
Who did they
and like
play?
you
Did
said,
y'all look that up?
Duke is on a. I had to look it up, but
I can
Duke is
look
on
that
the
up too.
same trajectory. But I just it's just a little pushback. I respect your answer. No
Yeah.
wrong answer here. It's no wrong answer. I respect your answer, But when you say both play at the best of their ability, that UConn team, and credit to what Ev said as well, when they run they shit with that team, bro, they got 4 open looks off one fucking play, bro. And I
Okay,
just don't,
not to cut you
I
off.
don't know, bro. I
Not to
don't
cut
like.
you off. I pulled up who UConn played last year. No shade to any of these teams. None. I want to say that before people try and get on my ass. First round they played Stetson. Second round they played Northwestern. Third round they played San Diego State. Elite Eight. Well, C16 they played San Diego State. Elite Eight they played Illinois. Final Four they played Alabama. Alabama was the only team they did not actually. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
that's last year. They played Tennessee at some point last year, I
I'm
think.
literally looking at it. It's 2023, 2024. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
but that's
actually,
that deep.
if you scroll up a little bit, if you could actually pull it up, just go to the little date thing right next to where it says print bracket.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that some of them teams you named
Look,
are wasn't no slouch. They
no,
slouches
they
this
not.
year.
That's why I said it's no
I'm about to
shade,
say
right?
San
San
That
Diego
Diego
State
State
Illinois
was
last
team
perfect
was
last
year.
that
year.
Illinois
Yeah.
team last year was really fucking good. I remember them. So that's why I
Oh,
said
Purdue
it's
beat
no
Tennessee.
shade. That's why I said it's no shade. Like I'm not saying this as they were slouches, but I think when you bring up, oh my gosh, they were blowing teams out by 20 in the tournament. Yeah, there was a like we understand. There's levels, you know. There's levels to greatness and levels to whatever. I think the Iowa State team last year was definitely better than this year's fucking Iowa State team. Um, I think the Iowa State team last year was pretty tough. I think the Illinois team, but they didn't play Iowa State. I think Illinois was pretty tough. I'm never gonna s- Northwestern and Stetson. I'm not gonna do anything with that. San Diego State. I think that's a talent discrepancy. I just think you're gonna have your more talent's gonna go to UConn just by UConn's gonna be a more talented team just naturally being UConn. Like that's just is what it is. Um Illinois, and this isn't me saying that UConn team was a slouch or they weren't a mob or whatever. I remember looking at the niggas and being like, wow, they really about to go, they really about to go back to fucking back. This shit is about to be crazy. Like they're really about to sit there and go back to back. I just think of it as I think as just talent, roster wise. I think this Duke team is way more. It's more talented. Let me not say way more. I think it's more talented than that UConn team, and I think what people are over, which is I don't think what people are taking into account, is the biggest thing for that UConn team was chemistry. Everybody came back. They didn't lose a soul, right? So you had chemistry. That's a squad you just went and run a natty with. You then came back with that same squad and ran the shit back. So that chemistry definitely, I think, could have masked and elevated that talent in a ways that it just wasn't naturally without that chemistry because it allowed them to play more comfortably. They knew each other. It was just like, oh, fit. Like we ain't got to think about shit.
Yeah, but if we were
I
just talking
think
about
talent wise, I think it's Duke.
yeah, but I
Duke,
mean
and
if we
then I don't think the coaching. I know y'all fucking love Danny Hurley, and it might be John Shire's too young, but I don't think the coaching is that. I don't think it's that big of a discrepancy, in my opinion. Um, so if I don't think the coaching's that big of a discrepancy, and I think Duke's more talented, and I'm taking them both at playing their best.
I mean I think you took the words out of my mouth as far as why I'm gonna give it to UConn. Because if
Hey,
we just
look,
talking about strictly talent, then yeah, we can. I mean, and that might be an argument, right? But I mean, Cooper Flag is such an anomaly. I think Duke will probably win that battle. But if
mhm,
we when you talk about chemistry, I think that's too much. That's we look at chemistry as like that's just like a whatever kind of thing. That's big. That's a huge thing, and that's a
it
part of who
is.
the team is, right? So we can't discount chemistry like it's an also ran like it's just it's not that chemistry is a huge motherfucking thing, and that's the reason why I give them the edge with the experience and the chemistry, along with the talent, and they understand who they are. We talking about who's a better team, who would win. So if that's the question, to me, those reasons are the exact reasons why I say UConn's gonna win. That's the exact reason because of the chemistry, because of the experience, and I'm gonna give the edge to Hurley just slightly. I'm gonna give it. I
Yeah,
respect Shy, but I'm gonna give the edge. So all of those things, when the talent is almost this way, like to look at it. When the talent is not a huge discrepancy in talent, then I go to all those other things, experience, the coach, all those other things, and those are the determining
I
factors
think
for
that's
me.
where we differ. I think there is. I think there is. I don't know if huge is the big word is the right word. I do think there's a discrepancy in talent. I do.
Yeah, I don't know. Tristan Newton, Cam Spencer,
Nah,
Stephon
yeah,
Castle, Donovan Clingan. I don't know. They may not be Cooper Flag. Now I'm not finna sit up here and argue that. I'd be a fool to try to do that.
Yeah,
But them niggas ain't no slouches either.
I didn't
They ain't
call
no
them
slouches either.
slouches.
And then if you put chemistry along with game plan, X's and O's, all that together, come on, man. That can overweigh talent. That can overweigh talent,
yeah.
especially when you talk about chemistry. Chemistry and experience, those are two
Was
things that
Jordan the only
definitely
one
overweigh
up
talent.
here that just asking? Was Jordan the only one up here that picked Duke? Ev, that you and Tez both picked UConn?
Yeah, I picked Con. I don't know if Ted answered for Ted was
Oh,
like
okay.
Yeah, I
Ted's the
didn't
one
hear
that
Ted's
Ted's the
answer.
one that asked the question, but he ain't answered.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
left y'all niggas to answer.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Look, I think it'll be a hell of a game.
That would be a hell of a
I
game.
would not be
It would.
surprised if it went either way. I wouldn't, right? I think it would be a hell of a fucking game. I think both coaches would coach their asses off, right? I UConn clearly has more chemistry. I think that Duke team does have chemistry. But again, less than a year, over 2 years playing together. Obviously, there's more chemistry on one side.
And
But I don't know, and it's to me, it's okay. If some people call it a coin flip, and not saying, and I want to be very clear, this isn't me saying I think this Duke team blows these niggas out. I think they win by like 5 at the most. Like I think it would be a close ass game.
Yeah,
But like Duke has shooters, man. Not saying that they didn't, but Duke just these niggas are just right now they're on. So I could be being a prisoner of the moment, but I honestly think like when it comes down to it, if I was betting my money, I would bet my money on Duke. Would I be surprised if UConn won? No,
I just
but
remember watching that UConn team last year, and I was so impressed with all the different. Like if the number one, if the first action didn't hit you, the second
yeah,
action got you. The second action
yeah,
didn't get you, the third action got you. If third action didn't
you
get you, the
really don't
fourth.
saying
I'm
niggas
like,
got shit by
niggas
3.
don't
I'm
have them
pissed
many
off.
counters in they
yeah,
motherfucking offenses. And if you do, you don't have a team that's gonna even see them through. Cause they gonna be so anxious with the first motherfucking look that they got that was half decent. Them niggas would let progressions go through from 1 to 4, and if they didn't hit you with the first one, they hit you with the fourth one. And that
yeah.
was so impressive to me. I'm like, these niggas, and that speaks to the chemistry and experience that you talked about. But yeah, I was super impressed with that team. I haven't been that impressed with a team in some years, just because of the makeup of college basketball is such a
I'll say
world that
this.
yeah, it's 1 year and the niggas don't
Man,
play
I ain't
together no
gonna lie.
more. Yeah.
If you watch a lot this year, niggas stole UConn plays from last year, bruh.
Oh, they definitely did. Why wouldn't you?
Respectfully, bruh.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
It's rare, like OGs, it's rare for a team, especially in college, being so young, you know. But this is how you like to OG point as well. This is how you know they believe in they coach, they believe in the system, they believe in what's going on.
Hmm.
These niggas got 4 different looks in one fucking play. Like you, that is rare, bruh. And for a team to actually go through them progressions, knowing if the first one don't work, the second one don't work, the third one don't work, the fourth one gon' work. Like and I don't know, bruh.
That's
To
tough
answer
to
the
defend, nigga. That's
My
tough to
thing is, I
defend.
think this will be a good conversation to have once the tournament is over. I think because the ways that I could be being prisoner of the moment, I think it is easy to say what UConn is and what UConn does and what UConn will be and was and all that stuff because it's over. So we've seen the final product, right? I do think Duke, they ain't really the first 2 rounds. You don't really play nobody fucking anyway. Like that is what it is for everyone seed. It's kind of unless you're UH, um, you don't really play anybody, right? But I do think this will be a very interesting, a good conversation to pick up post tournament. Not saying like if only if Duke wins. I think it'll be a good conversation to pick up post tournament because I do think Duke can be challenged, and I think we could see them go to another level. That right now in the first two rounds they just haven't had to because it was Mount St. Mary's and Baylor. Not no again, not shitting on Baylor. But it was clear it was just Duke was just too much. And one thing I do hear is that last year we were saying UConn is too much for these niggas. And I hear saying the same thing about Duke. Duke is just too much for these niggas. So I think it would be interesting to have this conversation once it's all said and done to see, hell, maybe I changed my opinion. Maybe I'm like, oh, yep, didn't really think about that. Or, no, I actually do think it's for real going to be them niggas. So,
Good combo for sure.
Yeah.
Good combo.
Overall, good convo for 1000%. Great question, Jaja and Tez back to back at that. Remember, always ask questions to the chat. It definitely be brought up on the stage as long as I see it, which I will see for the most part. Last but not least for college basketball, because I just enjoy watching this shit, and I can't wait till Thursday to be honest with you. Again, prayed up to Juju. Sweet 16 predictions, and that'll be it for college basketball. We didn't talk about all these players in the portal. We didn't talk about which non-number one seed we believe can make a push. We done talked about coaching or school, which the main reason why you feel like players go to that program. And then last but not least, Ted's question: this year's Duke team versus last year's UConn team. Who will
wait,
win?
who did y'all choose for the non-number one seed?
For me, I took Maryland. Tez took Art. Jordan Woods took Kentucky.
Okay.
And that's like a push far like the elite, really like the Final Four and or championship game. Because this typically always happens. Not saying it's gonna happen this year because these number one seeds are really damn good. Like so, and they all still here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Houston, Duke. I'm sorry, Auburn and Florida. But I think if Maryland can get past
I'd probably
Florida,
pick Kentucky.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
if Maryland can get past Florida, and again, it's not gonna be easy. But I broke down that matchup yesterday. If they can get past Florida, I think they make the Final Four. I think they'll be Tech and or
That's gonna be game of the week, bro.
yeah, hell yeah, hell
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I think it could be Tech and Arc. So I think that's why I went with Maryland because I think they will have the harder path in that Sweet 16 game. But at that point, they look at these Texas Tech and Arkansas team. Man, we just beat Florida. Like we know we can beat these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like that's the mindset to go into the game and be highly confident on it or like oh we got past Florida, Arkansas, and Tech or slouches are not at the same level, but it could sort of kind of put your mind at ease a little bit to make you gain more confidence that you can beat anybody. And granted, most of these teams probably feel like that anyway. But I think that Maryland team is really damn good. They got the guards that can. They got the guard and the big man. Florida got the guards and the big man. Obviously, Maryland got the better big man, and obviously Florida got the better guard. So it both teams got three guards and two big. So it's gonna be a good matchup. Brand. I think if Maryland can get past Florida, they should be able to beat Tech and or Arkansas. So I went Maryland.
Man, them niggas finna get handed. I'm just telling you right now.
Hey, look, this
That's
Florida
wishful
team is
thinking right
running
there.
niggas. I will say Florida doesn't last
OG, you
game
think they gonna
Florida.
run them?
Well, I think it's gonna get ugly. I think it's gonna be at least 10, 15 point game.
I will say if
Nah,
you
bruh.
looking at the
Nah,
matchups
Why?
and
bruh.
Why?
shit,
Why?
You disrespecting
What?
Maryland, bruh. Nah,
What?
bruh. I mean,
10, 15, 15.
oh, you
Maryland not going
nah,
out.
OG,
Maryland not
nah,
going out with
bruh.
Again,
15.
I'm
Maryland not
saying
going
it's
out with
I'm
gonna.
be for
15.
real. Maryland
It ain't
can't
gonna
do
be.
that. All this other shit about Maryland and the matchups is nice. These niggas can't start slow like they've been doing.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And
I
that's
think.
that more so is a concern for me than anything else when it comes to that matchup. If
Yeah.
they don't start slow, I definitely think the shit could be, something. But if these niggas start slow, like losing, like significantly losing the first half, I don't think they want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be 10, 15 first half and all that, but
Yeah.
I think it'll grow to about 10 or 15 when it's all said and done. I think that's where they end up at. But I got a quick question on the girls' side.
Hmm.
Is there do in the WNBA, do girls have to wait a certain number of years to come out, or can they come out after the first year
Or
too? 4 years? Got to go all four?
yes.
Wow.
I think it's three. It's not three.
I thought it was 4.
Either or. We're just gonna say 3 or 4, but it's definitely not freshman or sophomore. But I think you
Wow.
definitely have to do 3 or 4, if I'm
Because
not
I
mistaken.
think I think WNBA you have to be 22 years old unless you're
She probably
international.
right.
This shit goes the other
She
way.
probably right though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
She said 4.
you have to be
So
4.
it's
You have
4. Okay.
4 within 3 months of the
Okay.
draft
And I
or
was just wondering
22.
because and of
Late
course I was
first.
just asking because of Juju. I'm just trying to see like
Oh no, she's gonna be here for the next 2 years
yeah.
because she can't redshirt this year. This year won't count as a redshirt year.
They
Two,
need to
three,
revamp that
three.
rule. I don't even know why that rule's in place. I
That's
understand
what
it for football.
because of the teams. Remember, it's not a lot of teams, so that is to
Oh, they don't want to overflow the. Okay,
because
okay,
there's already so many. They only got. I mean, both already only have
okay.
two
So
rounds of
that
the
will.
draft, but
So then that says it will change at some point once they stabilize. Okay.
yeah, that was
Oh yeah.
that's the goal of like this new CBA is that's one of the things they want to start amending because the tricky thing is that if you're an international player, all you got to do is be 19.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can be 19 or 18, I think, internationally and like be eligible for the draft. It's for American players who attend American universities. You have to be 4 years um and 22 years old. And you have to be turning 22 during the year that the draft takes place. It's just a little
Wow.
mhm.
Okay. But I get it though. They don't want to. They yeah. It's we don't want to have too many players for the league because then we got to grow at a rate that we don't
I
want
mean
to.
because it's like the teams, they don't have big rosters in general. There's already like I think only half of the or maybe a little less than half, only half of the people drafted each year get like signed, like make a roster.
Mm,
So that's also another thing. Like they don't have big roster sizes. So I know that's something that's supposed to be increasing even before teams. But I can imagine around like 2026 or 2027, um, once they have a few more teams in the league and the league has grown and the roster size have grown, I could imagine them probably taking it down to at least being a junior
okay.
and probably removing like the age shit.
All right. Well, shout out to Unrivaled League. At least the ladies making some money and can stay home. They ain't got to be going way over there and shit. All
Facts.
right. That was
Facts.
all I had.
For me, real quick, to get to the association, I got Auburn over Michigan. I think I really like a lot of the favorites, to be honest. Only thing that's not, I got Auburn over Michigan, Duke over Arizona, um, Houston over Purdue. I think Kentucky beats Tennessee. Personally, I know Kentucky's are underdogs, and there's one more. It's two more underdogs that I think can actually win this upcoming week. And I think Arkansas can beat Texas Tech. They are underdogs as well. Texas Tech are favorites at -5.5. And then I also think Ole Miss got a chance to be Michigan State, but I'm probably going to still lean Michigan State to get that win. So for me, I'm gonna have Auburn meeting Michigan State 1-2. I'm gonna have Florida meeting Arkansas 1-10, and I'm gonna have Houston meeting Kentucky 1-3. And then up here in the Midwest, East. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have Duke meeting Alabama 1-2. So that's what I'm rocking with. Anybody got anything different out of what I just said on the stage and or chat?
I'm with you on everything. I do think that BYU Alabama game can be interesting.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. OG Ted, y'all good?
I'm yeah, I'm with Ari. I'm with
Yeah.
Ari.
Hey, real quick though, Tez, did you and I ain't mean to sidetrack you, but I got a question real quick. Tez, did you watch the Michigan State game?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, never mind then. I just wanted to see because I saw something in Jace Richardson that I was like, I don't know, Nick kind of turned me off a little bit. He looked, I don't know, he looked a
What's
little
up though?
temperamental.
What's up? I seen
He,
every other game, but that one. I
he,
was at work, so I couldn't really watch it.
that nigga there almost looked a little. I ain't gonna say afraid. That's a big word to use to say a nigga was scared, but that nigga was show looking like he was like I don't know. I don't know if it's because he missed the shots early and he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna stop shooting or whatever. But it almost looked like he was I would see him go through certain actions and the actions were almost for him to like, either come off something and be open or dribble and get open. That nigga was looking almost scared. And I was and the reason why I'm asking about it, because I ain't gonna say highly, but I think he can be a decent player. But that nigga there looked scared to me. So I just wanted to get your take on it. But if you didn't see it, we can kind of move on.
Yeah, with him though, he got kind of a late bloomer a little bit. He was emerging in top 15 talks. I never really bought it though.
I couldn't see
Who
that.
who who
I
y'all talking
thought
about?
I can't see that. Not top
Jace.
15.
Oh
Jace.
yeah, I already see
Yeah.
it.
He did emerge in a lot of mocks, top 15, just off of how he was playing at that time when all these, new mocks and new analysts come out. And he's kind of a late bloomer. But to me personally, and I could be wrong, I think he fall back in. I do think he fall in the back end. I do think he go first round though. But the top 15, 17, 8, like I don't think he falls in that range. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people go a lot of other people go ahead of him. Um but yeah, I never bought them talks either, OG. I ain't gonna lie. I think he falls in the back end.
Okay.
Yep, that's where I'm at. I keep him far. Well, not where I'm at, but I don't want him in Miami at all. If we miss out on Fair, if we miss out on the other nigga from Illinois, I do not want Jace Richardson. I'm sorry. I don't think he would be elite point guard in the NBA.
That nigga's a role player, man.
Yeah,
Nah, I
so
don't think he is.
so I'm good. I don't. With all due respect, I do not want him on my team at least.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, that's that for the Sweet 16. That's also that for college basketball. I enjoyed the talk to this last hour and a half. Again, I'm super duper excited for this Thursday. We're not going to be talking about anything college basketball related tomorrow for the most part. Today will just be an NBA. Tomorrow will just be an NBA recap. If you got dropped just now, all love. But tomorrow will just be an NBA recap for the most part. If you are in here, do not forget to subscribe to Fact and Stats on YouTube. I am chasing 1,000 subscribers. I'm 49 away. Fact and Stats is a daily sports show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. What's next? We got to tap into the association real quick, whether it's for 30 minutes, whether it's for an hour, whether it's for 2 hours. We got to tap into the association. Where we about to be at? We're about to be in Playback. That is playback.tv/facts and stats. Playback.tv/facts and stats. I'm about to drop the link to the Playback room in the chat right now. Pull up to Playback. As we're about to talk about everything NBA. Booker game winner, Jimmy returning to Miami today. Celtics, Tatum injury, the whole nine. So pull up to the Playback room tonight. I said tonight. Pull up to the Playback room right now. They're literally getting started right now. Playback.tv/facts and stats. Everything NBA. Peace, blessings, and love. And I'll see y'all on Playback. Thank y'all for the support on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed already.